Have you ever felt the ache of wanting someone so deeply that it kept you awake at night? Have you ever whispered their name in silence, hoping the universe was listening? What if I told you that you don't need to chase, beg, or plead for love? What if I told you right now there is a force so powerful inside you that watching this just once could realign your entire world and pull your specific person straight to you? Now listen closely. There is no outside world commanding your reality. Everything begins in your imagination, and imagination is the blueprint of creation. The moment you decide that the one you love is already yours, not someday, not eventually, but now, you shift everything. This isn't a fantasy. This is the truth that they never taught you. Your assumption is the magnet. Your belief is the bridge. And your persistence is the key that unlocks every heart, especially theirs. Close your eyes for a moment and feel it, not hope, feel it. The warmth of their hand in yours. Their voice calling your name with love. The look in their eyes when they see you across the room and nothing else exists. This is not a memory. This is your command. You are not waiting. You are not waiting. Because when you live in the end becomes the beginning. They are already thinking of you. Right now. This second. Their heart is being stirred, awakened by the silent power you hold. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are magnetic, radiant, undeniable. The moment you stop doubting and start declaring, the heavens respond. The timelines twist. The reality rearranges. All to bring you and your person into divine contact. Don't ask how. Don't worry when. That is not your job. Your job is to know, to see them walking toward you, to hear the message pop up, to feel the hug, the kiss, the reunion. It is not a dream, it is done. Done because you said so. Done because you claimed it. Done because you decided that you are the scriptwriter of your life, and your heart doesn't lie. You are the prize, you are the chosen. You are not chasing love, you are becoming it, overflowing with it. And because you become the source, the mirror must reflect it back. This is the moment it changes. This is the second it turns. Say it out loud. They are mine. We are one. It is done. Say it again until it isn't a wish, it's a knowing. Until it burns in your soul as truth. Until your entire body vibrates in alignment. Because once you enter that state, the universe has no choice but to obey. This is not a rampage of desperation. This is a rampage of destiny. You are not hoping, they are already here. You are not searching, they are already coming. You are not waiting, you are receiving. Speak it, live it, breathe it, and never doubt again. You've already won. Watch this once, and let the miracle begin. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or a sign from above. The key is already in your possession, and it lies within your imagination. Close your eyes and let yourself drift into the world where they're already with you. You're not just visualizing, you're constructing reality. What you see in your mind's eye is more than a picture. It's a seed of destiny. You are the author, the dreamer, the creator. The person you want isn't out of reach. They are being shaped by your thoughts in this very second. Every imagined smile, every silent embrace is the blueprint forming in the unseen. The invisible becomes visible through your inner world. You're not powerless. You're more powerful than anyone told you. Every time you step into the scene mentally, you make it more vivid. You tune the frequency of your soul to the reality you desire. The imagination isn't an escape, it's the forge of your future. Speak it, feel it, breathe it. You don't chase love, you create it and let it meet you halfway. The moment you realize your mind builds your world, you never beg again. Reality doesn't form from wishes, it responds to conviction. What you feel deeply now becomes a reflection in the mirror of life. You can't fake the end, you must embody it. If you feel love now, regardless of evidence, you've already turned the tide. That feeling is not a lie, it is a promise. The heart that beats for them in silence is the signal that draws them back. You don't need permission to believe it's already done. The more you feel it as true, the faster the world reshapes around you. This isn't magic, it's the structure of how creation flows. You're not waiting on them, they are aligning to your inner decision. You get what you believe you already possess. Emotions are magnets, faith is fuel. Let your inner conviction burn louder than your outer circumstances. Don't ask if it's working, decide that it is. The universe listens to confidence, not confusion. Reality is obedient to feeling. You feel it real, and it must be made real. No force can deny you what you have claimed within. The version of them you crave is not fiction, it exists in the quantum field of possibility. You don't need them to change, you need to meet the version where they already have. They are already tender, loyal, loving, faithful in the reality where you've assumed so. And once you assume it, you step into that world like stepping into new skin. You're not altering them, you're aligning yourself with the frequency of that outcome. When you speak to them in your heart, they feel it. They may not understand why, but they will be drawn to it. The soul recognizes soul, even from miles away. When you see only the version you love, you collapse all timelines except the one that brings them back. Focus like a laser. Be deliberate. Reject every thought that contradicts your desire. Live only in the scene where you are already together. When you change the lens, you change the world. They come not because they're changing, but because you did first. Reality must mirror your new decision. It is law. It is certain. You don't win people through force. You draw them with the gravity of your inner world. Your assumption is the magnet, it bends the invisible toward you. You are not wishing the world how to behave. Every time you assume they're yours, something shifts in the unseen. The clouds move, conversations form, dreams awaken, circumstances reorder. It may feel like nothing is happening, but everything is. The bridge of events is already building. Love moves through subtle paths. The more convinced you are, the faster it happens. Let no doubt disturb your certainty. See them as yours, love them in silence, bless them in thought. They are responding to the version of you that already knows. You don't have to know the steps. You only need to know the outcome. Assume your desire is fact. Make no room for waiting, only knowing. When you embody the end, the middle finds you. You assumed it, and so it must be. To radiate love is to awaken the laws of attraction. You're not here to chase them, you're here to become irresistible. When you stop looking outward and start filling your inner world with devotion, something magnetic happens. The energy of your self-love becomes undeniable. You begin to shine in ways that can't be ignored. The person you desire doesn't just return, they feel the pull. It isn't words, manipulation, or silence that draws them, it's alignment. Alignment to the version of yourself that is already chosen. When you believe you're wanted, others must reflect that back. Don't ask for love, be it. Don't wait to feel complete, live as if you already are. You don't earn love, you express it until it finds you. Be radiant, be full, be certain, and watch them orbit back into your life, not out of lack, but because your fullness made it inevitable. Time bends for those who no longer bow to it. When you dwell in the end, you collapse the illusion of delay. You stop waiting and start becoming. Time only exists for those who doubt. When you assume they are already yours, the clock starts to dissolve. What was supposed to take months can happen in hours. What felt distant becomes suddenly close. Living in the end is not imagination, it is an invitation. You move as if it's already done. You speak as if they're already here. You love as if reunion is your current address. Time loses its grip when belief takes command. There's no more one day, there's only now. And when you anchor yourself in now, you draw the future to your feet. Your specific person is already seeking you in the unseen. Time is your servant, not your ruler. Let belief accelerate what logic said would take forever. walk in the end, and the end walks to you. You don't need them to understand why they're thinking of you. You only need to become the vibration of their desire. When you become love, you become unavoidable. The reunion isn't about luck, it's about energy. As you fill yourself with the experience of being wanted, they cannot help but feel it. They'll feel drawn, nudged, restless without even knowing why. That's because your being is calling them home. This isn't obsession. This is alignment. You aren't holding on, you are rising up. You're not waiting, you're becoming the one they were meant to meet. The version of you that knows love is certain, not scarce. That version emits an energy that awakens their longing. And they will come not because you chased, but because you became the answer to their silent prayer. You didn't force it, you embodied it. And embodiment speaks louder than any message ever could. The world outside is just a photograph of your inner state. Your mind is the camera, your feeling is the lens. What you hold inside becomes visible in time. You've never been at the mercy of chance. The outer is always late, it only arrives after the inner world has spoken. When you rearrange your beliefs, the world rushes to catch up. Stop trying to change the reflection, change the light inside. Speak to your specific person in the stillness of your soul. Live in the reality where they're already beside you. The outer world is the after effect, never the cause. It will reflect what you persist in. Keep showing it love. Keep believing in your power. Keep expecting them. The more consistent your internal vision, the faster the external mirror adjusts. You are not powerless. You're just in the process of watching your inner truth become physical fact. There is a language that reality understands, and that language is feeling. Words without feeling are empty, but feeling backed by belief moves mountains. When you declare they are yours but feel abandoned, you delay the miracle. But when you speak from conviction, the universe listens without hesitation. Say it with power, they are already mine, not as a hope, but as truth. When you align feeling with desire, you command reality. The world bends not to effort, but to emotion in harmony with vision. Feel their arms, their laughter, their love. Let your body know what your heart believes. Emotions are messengers. Send out only those that match the life you claim. The more real it feels inside, the faster it arrives outside. This is not pretend. This is preparation. You're not playing games, you're aligning with destiny. You don't need to wonder how or when. That's not your role. Your job is to believe it is already done. The moment you rest in the knowing, resistance dies. The doors begin to open. Circumstances shift to fulfill your inner decree. Believe they are yours, and the path will form under your feet. The how will appear through a phone call, a meeting, a change in their heart. But it all begins with you deciding it's already real, not hoping, but knowing. That kind of certainty can't be shaken. It echoes across dimensions. It bends coincidences to your favor. You won't need signs when you become the sign. You won't need proof when you are the proof. When your belief becomes unshakable, manifestation becomes unstoppable. Trust the unseen, because that's where reality is first born. You are not a beggar at the gate of fate, you are the gatekeeper. You hold the reins of creation, and nothing begins until you imagine it first. The world doesn't move on its own, it waits for your signal. You don't ask if you are powerful, you decide that you are. You are the force that causes hearts to shift, phones to ring, minds to remember. When you accept that nothing changes unless you imagine it first, you rise into your true identity. You're not the victim of circumstances, you're the commander of them. Stop looking for external proof. You are the proof. The thoughts you consistently choose are the brushstrokes painting tomorrow. There is no force outside of you that creates. Creation happens through your assumption. Choose wisely. Think deliberately. Move with inner precision. The outer world is clay in your mental hands. You shape it with every scene you rehearse, every belief you entertain. The power is not coming, it has always been within you. The moment you quit reacting, the game changes entirely. Reactions are echoes of the past, but creation is a signal of the future. When you stop responding to what you see and start deciding what you want to see, your specific person starts moving toward you. You're no longer tossed by their silence or absence. You become still, focused, certain. The less you react, the more you align. Let them wonder. Let them feel the shift in energy. Because you are no longer chasing, you're creating. Your silence becomes magnetic. Your calm becomes a lighthouse. You aren't manipulating reality, you're mastering it. The one who controls their inner world controls everything. You become the eye of the storm, still, unmoved, clear. That clarity is irresistible. It compels motion from others. When you stop playing the role of the desperate lover, you become the fulfilled one, and fulfilled hearts always attract. You shifted first, and now everything else must follow. You don't need to physically hear their voice to feel their presence. The real conversation is always happening within. When you imagine their words, their affection, their devotion, it's already happening in the unseen. That inner knowing is not a fantasy, it's a force. The universe takes instructions from feeling, not just action. The more you feel they are with you now, the less you need proof. And that very feeling becomes the proof. You're not daydreaming, you're broadcasting. That vibration reaches them in their sleep, in their silence, in their stillness. Suddenly they think of you, dream of you, miss you without knowing why. That's because your energy is already wrapped around them. And what you feel deeply must manifest clearly. The world is catching up to what you've already accepted. There is no gap. There is no delay. There is only alignment. And alignment guarantees results. You are not trying to fix them, you're fixing your inner mirror. What you see outside is always a reaction to what you hold inside. If you keep focusing on what's missing, the mirror shows you lack. But when you fill yourself with love, connection, and certainty, the mirror begins to shimmer. That's when reality bends to reflect your new truth. Your specific person can only show up as as your inner world allows. If you hold resentment, you'll see rejection. But if you hold joy, they'll come with open arms. Heal yourself, and they heal in response. This is not about controlling them, it's about mastering the image you hold. And when you shift that image from broken to whole, the reflection cannot lie. The outer world is loyal to your dominant thought. When you elevate it, you elevate everything around you. The mirror is neutral. It doesn't care what you feel, it simply reflects it. Choose to reflect beauty, love, and return. You've been told to beg, to plead, to chase, but none of that is needed. All that's ever been required is for you to decide. A clear, bold decision that they are yours now, not later, not maybe now. And when that decision becomes your foundation, everything else adjusts. Life listens to certainty. Manifestation doesn't wait for you to be ready, it waits for you to believe. Declare it. They are already with me. And don't let the world convince you otherwise. That declaration plants a flag in the unseen and shifts the momentum. You're no longer asking, you're receiving. You've left the realm of waiting and entered the realm of claiming. Watch how doors open. Watch how messages arrive. Watch how feelings awaken in them. One decision made in truth is louder than 1,000 doubts. Stand in that decision and don't move. Reality must obey what you believe with power. Speak it, own it, and let everything come rushing in.